Namaskar. In continuation with complexity of big data, it is a part 2. In first part, we learned about the complexity of big data, about the size and structure. Today, we will talk about the variety and abstraction. Okay. In the previous class, we discussed about the complexity of big data, and in previous class, I tell you about the complexity of big data. There is a two important factor of the complexity of big data. One is the size, and other is the structure. Okay. Today we will learn about the third and fourth. Okay. As we uh, as we know that there is the complexity of big data. It is a four types. First is size, second is structure, and third one is a variety. As we know, in big data there is a heterogeneity of the data. Heterogeneity of data with diverse structure and values. Okay, in big data there is a heterogeneous variety of different structure of data. As we earlier study about the structure, same thing here happens, generally more complex than data with a single structure. Okay, single structure and repetitive values. Okay, here there are so many times the values are repetitive, so repetitive values is also a complexity of big data. Okay, next is the abstraction. As we know about the abstraction, the data that is abstracted, okay, data that is abstracted is generally more complex than data isn't. Okay, the data that is abstracted is generally more complex. Okay, for example, we talk about the example, a great novel that is filled with a great novel that is filled with a abstraction such as a war. In suppose that in novel that there is mention of war and peace is more complex than file of equivalent length filled with a raw data such as a temperature reading from a sensor. Okay, so we can understand about the complexity of big data. These are four types. First is a size. In big data, the complexity is the size. Second is the structure, and third is the variety, and fourth is the abstraction. So now it is a complete the topic complexity of big data.